Have you ever been on a project that just felt off, right from the very start? Yeah, you're not alone. And a lot of the time, that feeling comes from a shaky beginning, a flawed initiation. Getting that first step wrong, it's basically like building a house on sand. So today we're going to dig into the blueprint for starting strong and setting your project up for success before you even write a single line of code. And this quote right here, it just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? You could have the most amazing crew and a state-of-the-art ship, but if you don't have a map, you're not exploring. You're just lost. You're moving, sure, but are you actually getting anywhere? That's the question we have to answer first.
And that is the million-dollar question, right? It's one thing to say you need a map. It's a whole other challenge to actually draw one that everyone agrees on. How do you decide on the destination and the best route to get there before you've even left the harbor? Well, that's exactly what this process is all about.
Right. We want to avoid that sailing without a map scenario at all costs. And the key to that is mastering project initiation. This isn't just about ticking boxes and filling out forms. It's about validation. It's about knowing, with confidence, that you're aiming at the right target before you fire the first shot. The best way to think about this is like a relay race with two key runners. First up, you've got the business analyst, or BA. Their entire job is to answer the biggest question of all. Why are we even doing this? They build the case. They define the why. Once that why gets the green light, they pass the baton to the project manager, the PM, who then takes over to figure out the how.
So let's zoom in on that first runner, the BA. Think of them as the lead detective on the case. Their job is to go full-on investigator, gathering clues, interviewing witnesses, and building an airtight case that proves this project is not just a good idea, but a necessary one.
And this detective work follows a very clear playbook. It's a 6-step process called a needs assessment. This framework is what takes the BA from a vague inkling of a problem all the way to a rock-solid, evidence-based business case. So let's walk through it.
Okay, step one is all about clarity. The BA works with everyone involved to write what's called a situation statement. This isn't just saying, hey, our website is kind of slow. No. It's saying our slow checkout process is causing a 15% cart abandonment rate, which costs us X dollars every month. If we fix it, we could increase revenue by Y. See the difference? It turns a complaint into a quantified business opportunity. Next, the BA becomes an artist, painting two very different pictures. On the left, you have the current state, a brutally honest look at how things are working right now, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And on the right, you have the future state, a vibrant vision of where the business wants to be. The project, it's the bridge that's going to get us from one side to the other. So what kind of bridge should we build? That's where a feasibility study comes in. Looking at this IT example, you could see the BA doesn't just jump to the shiniest new tech. They lay out the real options, like should we go for full automation or maybe a super complex AI solution? And they weigh them against reality. Can we actually pull this off? What's the price tag? And does it even align with our bigger goals? The objective isn't to find the coolest option, it's to find the smartest solution for the problem at hand.
All right, our detective has all the clues. All the evidence is bagged up. Now it's time to go to court. The BA's final move is to pull everything together, the problem, the data, the potential solutions, into one powerful, persuasive document, the business case.
So what's actually in this thing? Well, it's the whole story. It starts with a summary of the problem, backs it up with hard data, proposes a clear solution, and even sketches out a high-level roadmap. And crucially, it projects the financial and strategic impact. This isn't a tech document, It's a pitch. It's an argument for why leadership should invest their money right here.
And this is the moment of truth. Leadership looks at the case and they make one of three calls: approve, defer, or reject. What's interesting is that a reject isn't a failure. It actually means the process is working. It's filtering out ideas that aren't the right fit. But an approve, that's the green light. That means the why is solid. It's time to figure out the how.
And with that approval, the baton is passed. The project manager officially steps up to the starting line to run the second leg of this race. Their mission is to take that powerful why that the BA built and turn it into a real, authorized, official project.
Now, this is a really important distinction. The business case made the argument for why the project should exist. The project charter, which the PM creates, is the document that says the project now exists. We're moving from justification to authorization, from should we to okay, here's how. You can think of the project charter as the project's official birth certificate. The PM drafts it, working hand in hand with the BA to make sure all that valuable context carries over. And here's the kicker. When the project sponsor signs this thing, it doesn't just make the project real. It formally gives the PM the authority to start spending money and building a team. It's the sound of the starting pistol.
Around the same time, the PM and BA team up to create another critical tool, the stakeholder register. Basically, it's a who's who for the project. It identifies everyone who has a stake in the outcome, what they care about, and how much pull they have. Getting this down on paper early saves you from so many headaches down the line.
So, I know what you might be thinking. That's a lot of paperwork and a lot of meetings before any actual work gets done, right? It's a fair question. Why bother with this whole elaborate foundation before you lay a single brick?
Well, it all comes down to a really smart division of labor built on a strong partnership. The BA's job is to define the problem and prove the value of solving it. The PM takes that value proposition and builds the official plan to deliver it. But, and this is key, the partnership doesn't end there. The BA sticks around as the guardian of that original why, making sure that whatever we build actually solves the problem we set out to fix.
And that brings us right back to where we started, with our ship in the harbor. This whole process, from the BA's deep dive investigation to the PM's official charter, it's all designed to do one thing: create a trustworthy map. It ensures that when you finally set sail, you're not just creating motion for motion's sake, you are making real progress toward the right destination. So the next time a project is on the starting line, ask yourself the most important question first. Have we drawn the map?